Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. We have to go to radar because here's our storm system for the northeast. You can see that that's a pretty good storm system. A lot of rain at lower elevation, snow above 1,500 feet to maybe 2,000 feet. That's where you're going to find the best accumulation. All that runs through New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and into Maine over the next 24 to 36 hours. All right, here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So it's all about the northeast, at least initially. Heavy snow tonight, tomorrow, and then another shot of moderate to heavy snow, 315 into 316. Tetons. So right now the pattern is favoring the Pacific Northwest. It has shifted up there and into BC. Eventually it comes back down to the south. Moderate to heavy snow, 312, 313 Tetons. Wasatch, moderate to heavy, 312, 313. Colorado, moderate to heavy snow, comes in late 312 through 315. And we're actually going to get a Colorado low that's going to spin up and enhance some of the totals over parts of Colorado, and even northern New Mexico will do well. Revelstoke still looks good, heavy snow, late 3.9 through 3.12. All right, let me take you over and show you water vapor satellite imagery this afternoon. I went ahead and marked the features. You can see what's going on. So we've got the northeast low being supported by the subtropical branch, and then two areas of low pressure. The first one's getting ready to slam into the Pacific Northwest and BC. In fact, it's already started precipitating, but there's another low behind it. Now, this will run in this type of storm track through 311. And then 312, 13, 14, 15, the whole thing's going to buckle down and hit Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and northern New Mexico. So on this map, your oranges and reds represent drier air aloft, moistures and whites, blues, and greens. Here's the latest jet forecast, end of day today. And there you have it. Everything's up in the Pacific Northwest and BC. But here's the shift, 312. Look at 313. Trough digging down through Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, and into New Mexico through 314 and even 315. It looks like that low pressure gets cut off and retrogrades back towards Vegas by 315, and certainly into 316 it's still there. And then we've got a big high pressure ridge over the west coast and running all the way up into Whistler and BC. So 316, 17, 18, there's nothing going on. It's going to be dry in those areas. Here's the precip. Forecast radar satellite. It's all in the Pacific Northwest and BC for the next couple or 3 days. And then we start to see the pattern buckle. And here it comes down into Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado. And right here is where we see that Colorado low begin to spin up. 313, it starts as rain in Denver, but then it goes over to snow on 314. You can see that happen. So the storm strengthens a little bit, some colder air dives in, and then you've got snow. And then 314 into 315, the storm drops down into New Mexico and actually retrogrades a little bit. So that'll be interesting to watch through 316, and then it's gone. The west coast is totally dry. It's clear as a bell up in parts of BC. 316, 317, and 318. Latest numbers, grand total map by end of 318. You can see the numbers here. Colorado's numbers are still large, but they're not as big as they were in this morning's update. The other big numbers are up in the Pacific Northwest. Interior BC still looks good, about a foot there through Revelstoke, and Ferdy's gone up a touch, Red Mountain down just a touch. Here we go. By time period, not a lot happening here over the next 48 hours, 36 hours roughly. Today, tomorrow, most of the snow's in the Pacific Northwest and BC. Second time period is more active. This is when the northern branch comes down and escorts that storm system through 4 to 10, maybe 5 to 10 in parts of the Wasatch, 5 to 10 over parts of the Tetons, and looks like about 6 to 10 in Colorado. Still a pretty big snow happening up there in the Pacific Northwest. Final time period. So this is when we get the Colorado low that spins up. So residual snows over Colorado, New Mexico, and a little bit of a retrograde back into Arizona with some snow through Snowbull and Bryan Head. But that'll be a good period for New Mexico and Colorado. 313, 314, and 315. All right, let's go to the northeast. So this is obviously underway, and some of these resorts are going to get some pretty big snow. Some of the numbers have gone down a little bit, especially in New York State, but still looking at about a foot through Okemo, Killington, Sugarbush, Mad River, Whiteface, Stowe, Jay Peak, Mount Washington, and Sugarloaf. So those areas north, more northern resorts, but still looking at good snow. And keep in mind, you do have to be above at least 1,500 feet. Otherwise, you're just going to get significantly less snow. So again, that happens tonight through tomorrow, probably trickles into early 311, and then there's another storm in the second period, which I'm not including in this forecast. I'll certainly do that tomorrow. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this afternoon mountain weather update. Always appreciate you tuning in here, and take care.